Starting a business, as we pointed out in this business series, is one of the smartest things that you can do when you want to build wealth. It is indeed one of the smarter pathways to build wealth. But what we have established over the last few days is that starting a business is one thing, but to be able to scale that business with local, regional, and international relevance is quite another issue. The different concepts that we're looking at, we have started to look at in this business series, they are designed to give you a number of nuggets and insight into best practices that you can learn, apply, and master when you are desirous of getting into business, when you're desirous of scaling your business with local, regional, and international relevance, and certainly desire of using business as the platform and the pathways to build wealth. Over the last few days, we have begun this exercise by discussing the brand traits optimization. We have discussed the brand visibility optimization, and we have also discussed the brand reach optimization. And we have given some window into what all of these systems represents. Today, I want us to look at another concept. And the concept that I want us to look at, the system is titled brand impact optimization. Because with your business and with your brand, one of the things that you must strive for is to make impact. It is only with impact you're going to get conversion. It's only from conversion you're going to get cash flow maximization, and the business can grow from there. What exactly do I mean by the term brand impact optimization? Well, that's a subject that we're going to discuss today. So strap yourself in as we dig in a little deep into today's system of building business. But just before I get started, for those who might be joining me for the first time, my name is Gary Thompson. I'm a business development consultant by profession. I'm a humanitarian by nature, and I'm a self-published best-selling author. Some of my books are Manager's Toolkits and Billionaire Codes. I have a new book that is going to be out very soon that is titled 10X Branding and Marketing, the Psychology of Doing Business. This is the kind of book that you don't want to miss. You will learn about A to Z of starting a business, building a brand, and being able to scale it with local, regional, and international relevance. So welcome back to today's topic. We are talking today about brand impact optimization. What are some of those things that you should be looking at when you want to achieve brand impact? Now, in starting any business and wanting to take informed action to scale up that business with local, regional, and international relevance, one of the things that you must think about is impact before the sales take place, impact during the sales process, and impact after the sales would have been completed. And I want to show you that if you apply your impact strategies to before, during, and after sales services, you're going to be seeing significant up level, upscaling, cash flow maximization in your business, particularly so if you apply them using the systems that I will be giving you today. Now, when we talk about brand traits optimization as it relates to before the sales services, what are some of those things that you must consider? One of the first things that we emphasize in our master classes and in the books that I'm writing, we are writing at Global Capital Inc. We talk about one of the first things that should come to mind about your business and about your brand is your brand intention value trait. You want to know your brand intention value traits and your corporate culture. Now, if you have been following me for any time, you would have heard me saying that your brand intention value trait should represent a large part of your corporate culture. And in this regard, the brand intention value trait must be built out to achieve impact at the workforce. You want to achieve impact on the workforce. Does the brand say about you designing your corporate culture to achieve impact here? It is something that you should never, ever disregard, impact in the workforce, because the workforce, by extension, will impact the customer, the general public, and shape public opinion about your brand. So it's something for you to think about. When you come into our masterclass, we're going to go deeper into this. Another area of impact, as we look at the before the sales services, you want to ask yourself long before you interface with the customer, how do you want to impact your customer? You want to figure out how to make large to life impact on the customer. And all of this is free publicity. You need to take the time to really understand all of this. But to effectively do this, I always say that you need to take the time to understand your target market, to understand what are their lifestyle and culture, what are their social class needs. You need to really take that time to understand in order to build out your products and your services to be fully aligned to their needs and wants and expectations, to their dreams and hopes and aspirations. When you do this, you're simply building your brand intention value traits and building out your corporate culture to appeal to the specific target market. And this is literally what enables you to achieve impact. All right. And you want to seriously invest in this stage of the business process before the sales even take place. A few other things that you want to look at before the sales take place is ambience and aesthetics and ambience. This now has a lot to do with the physical appeal, and I'll talk about that just now. Some more. It's going to talk about the emotional feel that one gets when they come into the place of business. You want to think about all of these things long before a sale is taking place. But you cannot be effective with this if you don't understand your target market. You need to invest time to understand this to ensure that you're working with the advertising copywriter to who perhaps have some cultural anthropologists to better understand your target market. The last element that I'm going to be looking at here in terms of the before the sales services, you need to have some of the best advertising copywriters to ensure that they're properly scripting your ads. They're scripting it using language or languages that is appealing to the specific target market, um, and so much more. Look back at yesterday's program when we talk about the effectiveness of the media outlets. Your advertising copywriter must be able to be effective in all of these areas because, again, it's not just about producing the ad. The ads has to be channeled into particular media houses in the most strategic way in order to achieve the dashmar of advertising, which is defining advertising goal for measure advertising effectiveness. You want to ensure that you have this team of persons on your side. I'm happy to say that at Global Capital Inc., we have another arm that we call Global Branding and Marketing that specializes in everything that I'm talking about here. So let's talk a little bit about during the sales services. What are some of the things that you want to look at and think about during the sales services? How much emphasis are you putting to enhance the communication skills, the leadership skills, the relationship skills of your CSRs, your customer service representatives? How much emphasis are you placing on the ambience within the environment as the customer is about to make that purchase during the sale process? These are things that you want to pay very, very close attention to when you want to make impact. All right. You cannot trivialize the importance of building out a game plan and ensuring that that game plan is properly systemized so it is transferable, it is scalable. Um, you can there's transparency in how that process works. With that systemization of the during the sale processes, it allows easy transfer of information to every member of staff. So each member of staff totally understand what is the sales communication process. They understand what is the sales communication objectives. They understand how to execute in this process to achieve larger than life impact on the customer during the sale process. So these are things that you really want to take the time to ensure that your branding and marketing specialists, they are working with you to build out these programs. All right. The last thing that we're going to talk about here is after sales services. You want to make impact even in the after sale. And this is an area that we see many businesses across the world. They fall along in this regard. What we see happens is that the sales process or the sales transaction begins with the customer handing the money and you handing the goods over to them. And there's no follow up, there's no feedback. There's nothing that allows you to assess the thinking of the customer after they would have exit your place of business. So we talk a lot about creating the customer database and up leveling that customer database. And one of the ways in which you do this is to ensure that you have a strong after sales service game plan. So you must be able to ask yourself, what is your customer feedback strategy? What is your customer feedback strategy? You want to know this. You want to be on top of this because it is by the feedback you are better able to align your products and services to impact that customer, to ensure that you're truly reaching their needs and wants and expectation. Now, of course, some customers may have some change in needs. Some might be consistent, but some might be changing. You want to know this. You want to be on top of this, so you can manage your business in what we call a market-oriented manner and in a market-sensitive manner. You want to be on top of this. Along with this, have you ever thought of hosting your annual customer appreciation day? Do you have a customer appreciation game plan? And all of this can have positive after sales impact that can go a long way in building healthy, productive relationships with your customers. The last thing that we're going to be looking at here, what do you have, or do you have a customer for life game plan? What does your during the sales system say? What does your before the sales system says? What does your after sales system says about influencing and impacting that customer for life? So it's important to build out these game plans in the before, during, and after sale processes when you want to start a business and when you want to build that business with local, regional, and international relevance. When you use this approach and you systemize the entire process, it can serve to give you a major competitive advantage in the business process. Remember, owning a business is one thing, but putting yourself in that position is trying to manage that business in a market sensitive approach, in a market oriented approach, where that business can be truly monetized. It's important for you to understand how to make a larger than life impact on the customer. And the impact process begins before the sales is taking place, during the sale, and after that sales process would have been completed. What is your game plan in relation to these three processes? My name is Gary Thompson. I'm a business development consultant by profession. I'm a humanitarian by nature, and I'm a self published best selling author. One of my books is Billionaire Quotes, and another is Manager's Toolkit. My new book titled 10x Branding and Marketing: The Psychology of Doing Business will be out very soon. I want to encourage you that once you find this information useful, to like, subscribe, and share. So you will be the first to know when these podcasts are coming out on a daily basis, and you certainly will be helping us to reach more people so we can certainly impact the lives of entrepreneurs all over. Remember, we're in a period of COVID-19, so I want to encourage you to be smart, be safe, protect yourself, and protect your loved ones. Ensure that you're doing everything that you can do to build your immune system, to boost your immune system. Be smart. See you in the next broadcast.